We're gonna get started now. So I figured we'll just continue on with some my older photos. I tried to do a photo shoot over the weekend, and because I live in Florida, it got rained out. So the shoot didn't happen. Alright, I need my tablet glove. Which that did kind of suck not having the shoot, but you know, sometimes these things happen and you just gotta roll with the punches. Alright, you guys let me know if the music needs to be boosted, or maybe my mic needs to be boosted, or you know, if there are any issues that you feel needs to be addressed. That was way too loud in my headphones. Jesus. All right. Let's see what we have today. These were older photos that we edited a couple weeks ago, which you can find in the VOD section or on my YouTube channel if you want to go back and watch them. Let's just turn this mouse off for right now. We'll leave it on in case I need a mouse for something. I don't necessarily know if I will or not. You never know. Alright, let's see what we have here. Make sure I can see my chat. And we're just gonna monitor things on the stream a little bit. I was playing some games on it on stream a little bit ago, and was having some frame rate issues. Turns out I think it's the Logic Capture I was using. So now we're doing a direct feed straight from the camera to see if that fixes anything. But we'll see. Alright, so today I figure what I'll try and do is play around with a little bit of color. Maybe not spend so much time retouching, if that's possible for me. I really don't know if that's possible for me, but we'll find out. Alright, so we have a bunch of photos here that we can choose from to determine what photo we want to edit. So we're gonna see. Oop. Gotta make sure I'm clicked in the right window. Chat window. We'll use this one for now. Okay. Ow. Alright, so if we go into our 1-star selects, those are all one series. So actually what we're gonna do is create a new session. And we'll call what session should I call this? Color? No, because we're gonna be doing more than just color. But I want to section these off so it's a little bit more organized. I'm not as organized in here as I usually am, because usually I'm organized on a per shoot basis, not like a plethora of things to work on. So I think what we are going to do here, we'll just give them ratings. I think that's going to be the simplest approach to this. I think a mosquito bit me. I do not like them skeeters. No siree, Bob. No skeeters for me. Okay. Let's see what photos we have. I'm trying to look for ones that may not take a ton to. I actually do like this one quite a bit. What do I have in my 2-star section? See, we're gonna create a new album. So what we will do is let's create a new album, and let's just call this. We're just now entering September, so we'll call them September. We'll do this by month and see how that works out for me. September. Yeah. And so now what we'll do is we'll pull photos that I like into that September folder. So, see, I really like this. Obviously, we have a lot of stuff we have to remove over here. But, so we'll put that in September. Is there any way to make this like an active? Oh. I was going to try and make it like an active folder so that I could just simply so that I could, my mic's moving. Hold on a second. Is this? My mic tension arm is a little messed up. Oh, well, we'll, I just want to pull it forward just a hair, like that. You gonna work with me? Oh, there we go. Okay, that seems to be okay. All right. That was weird. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is, now that I lost my damn train of thought. Okay, so yeah, we'll just have to drag them over to there as I choose ones I want to edit. There's another one on that couch. I like that one too. Let's go ahead and put that one over there. Let's see. We just did a bunch of her. There's a couple here. I'm not sold on that expression. This one's a bit better. We got some nice bokeh going on there. Nice soft background. This one's pretty good too. Maybe we'll do that one another time. For right now, we'll throw that one in there. Right now, we're just trying to find a photo that we want to edit for today. Maybe we can get through a couple. See, I like these two. I really like this one. And these are from old shoots, so I've edited these already at one point or another, and you know, I just need to work on editing them again. So as soon as I'm able to do that, I'm gonna send them to the person model. See, this is another pretty good one. I had quite a few good ones up here, and you'll see some of these get mixed in, like this one, just because my file numbers got reset during specific shoots. See, I'm okay with this one, but everything's in focus. This one's not bad. Jump through these. Messy hair. Oh, what I'm really looking for ones that may require minimal actual retouching, so we can play around with color a bit more. I have found that with the retouching stuff, sometimes it takes precedence over, at least for me, it takes precedence over the actual retouching. I mean, yeah. No, strike that. I don't spend as much time in the color because the retouching has taken so long. So I really want to make sure I find photos that minimal retouching so we can spend more time in color. So that's the game plan today. So this one, I think this one might fall into that category. Because I want to do color for September. See, just like I think this one too might fall into that category. Just because she has really good skin and it won't require much. Plus I have a plugin that we can try out to see how it does on the skin. This one's just a little dark. I mean, I love these flowers. I really need to go back to this location again. I love these flowers. And then these were all the ones that we're eventually going to edit. So we'll just quickly go through. Swimsuit there. No, we don't need to cosplay. This one might not be. No. We have a couple here because she has really good makeup. We might be able to play around with some good color here. I really do kind of see. I'm not a huge fan of that background though. Like when I edited these originally, these were black and white. Just because I wasn't a huge fan of the color of that background, but we can always change the background out. But this one actually might require a bit of work. And we may come back to it. Just because if it is going to require a bit of work, this will be a really long one. Maybe we'll cut her out, keep the floor. I do kind of like the wood floor, and we'll find a different, I'll gonna research and find a different background. We'll do a whole composite series. Let's see what we have here. Now this shot's not bad. Again, not a big fan of the background. Color we could. See, now some of these I think I could do really good with color. Like this one looks like it might be something. There might be something there. This one too. Maybe we could practice changing the color of those flowers. All right, we'll see. Okay. So we have a couple that we can work on today. So with this one, I kind of like that it's plain. So what we may actually do is go from a horizontal photo to a vertical photo because, you know, it's probably big enough for us to warrant that. So all we really have to do is crop in. Thinking. Let's see if I crop in like this and then like this, because I can extend that because I want to keep her feet in the shot. I think I do like what's going on with her legs right here. It kind of gives me a high fashion look. So I do like what's going on. Is this actually changing my voice? Oh man, I thought it would really do something crazy. I guess not. And I'm sorry, I'm playing with my voice settings. Let's see something. If I go into... This sounds pretty good there. Color. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, it does affect some stuff. Echo. All right, let's put that back. If I click here, no, that just moves that around. Let's not do that. Let's pop this up a little bit. I thought I remembered how to change this. Okay, that's there. Interesting. I can't remember. Oh. Okay. So we'll go back to that. So it has something to do with my pen that's messing it up. Because now that I mess with the modulation a little bit, and I put the gain on my mic the wrong way. Oh, that's too much. I can come in here and modulate my voice. Holy crap, that's weird. Hello. The demons are coming. I'm gonna have to remember where that is. Okay. So now let's get back to what we were doing. Yeah. I get distracted so easily. I'm just trying to remember. So this way is louder. This way is less loud. Okay. Alright, we'll leave it right here, and if I need to adjust, I will. Alright, let's actually get started with some photography stuff, shall we? I wasted enough of our time. Actually, what came in for work? Oh, something I already took care of. All right. So if we crop in like this, then all I'm doing is removing this leg here and this door here, but she's not sitting on the rule of thirds. However, if I center her, I think that might work. So the real question is, do I like that centered? Or do I want... Or would I want her on one of my lines? No, you know what? I don't think I hate it somewhat centered. Maybe just slightly off center. A little bit of headroom, a little bit of foot room. Maybe more centered. go a little bit more that way. See, now I'm gonna have to remove more stuff over here. But I'm thinking this comp is better. So the other option would be to do a straight vertical comp. So we come in here, come in here. Is that it? Why are these in centimeters? Crap, I can't remember how to change this. Brain, come on brain, come on brain, come on brain, come on brain. There is somewhere where I need to go that I can change that. It's not here. I thought it was. Hold on. Is it not in the crop tool? Original. Okay. I thought, is it in the export settings? I think so. So if I do, let's create a new process recipe, and we're gonna call this Photoshop 16-bit Adobe RGB. So the format will be PSD because I like working in PSDs. I want 16-bit Adobe RGB. Scale fixed. Open with Photoshop 2020. Adjustments. Okay. So now it's in pixels, which I don't hate. Okay, but now I can change it. All right, so we figured that out. So I usually like doing a 5x7 or an 8x10 crop, and that usually depends on the image. So we're going to see what each one of those looks like. So 8x10. And then let's oh no, not unconstrained. I want a 8. Actually, let's make this up. Why are we having issues today? Right click. 10 by 8. 8 by 10. Okay. So it should keep it constrained, which it's not. So unconstrained, let's do sorry, I haven't learned all the okay, shift. I have to hold shift. All right, so this would be an 8x10. Or not, because it's not. Oh my god, 5x7. Okay. Ignore those numbers. I think this is going to lend itself more to a 5x7 than a 4x5, which is also an 8x10. Yeah, just because there's, now that I'm looking at, there is not that much going on around her. So if we just crop here, go a little bit that way. All right, I think that's pretty damn good. All right, so we're gonna start here. Ugh, I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Fun days. Let's see, can I rotate? Oops. Okay. Ugh. I really love these cold brews. Especially now since I'm kind of not drinking energy drinks. Because I was on a big energy kick not too long ago. And they're not that great for you. But coffee's better, so. Alright. We will actually do some photo editing today. Okay. So if we do this in a 5x7 crop, let's go ahead and crop this because it's a very similar shot. And we can see which one of these we want to work on. So if we constrain that to a 5x7, which it is. I'm still getting a little used to Capture One, so it's gonna take a minute. And the bad thing is I've been using this program for a while now. Does that visually look straight? Straighten. Okay. So 5x7 crop. It needs to move a little bit. Let's move her a little bit to the left. Just because the left side of the couch is bigger, you want the subject to be a little bit more to the left so it balances out. And obviously, the composition will totally depend on you. You just want to make sure you have a good composition. And I am digging that. Just because there's nothing going on in the rest of the image. Like if I had her sprawled out on the couch or something, then we would definitely be doing more of a horizontal shot. But as it is more vertical, we're going to stay in vertical format. All right, let's just go ahead and edit this one. I kind of like this image. And it's going to give us a chance to play around in Capture One a bit. I want to spend a little bit more time in Capture One than I usually do, just because I want to play around with the tools a bit more. So that's what we're going to do. Hey, TTV Professor, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Okay. 1 a.m. I'm doing fairly well myself. It's only 7 o'clock here, not 1 a.m. in the morning for me. Where are you? What country? Slovenia, next to Italy. Nice, nice. I've been meaning I will eventually at one point want to go visit Italy. Oh, late nights in Italy. So are you a photographer, photo editor, amateur, experienced? Let's see, I don't think. Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't travel anywhere right now with the quarantines and stuff. A coworker of mine just she moved out to Hawaii, and they had a 14-day quarantine when they arrived. So I couldn't deal with that. Going to a new place and then getting stuck. Like, I guess it was okay for her because she moved out there, so she's gonna be out there a while. But like, if I was just going to visit or something. Plus, I don't even know if the U.S. is letting people really fly anywhere right now. Okay. Are you Lightroom, Photoshop, Lightroom only, Photoshop only, Capture One at all? Okay, okay. Well, Lightroom is a very good place to start. Lightroom, more or less, is very similar to the program I'm using now, which is Capture One. So a lot of this, if the stuff that I do in this program, you can do in Lightroom. There's a few caveats on the phone and the PC. Yeah, that's actually happening a lot nowadays. I found people will start editing on their phones because phones are so accessible, so easy to use. They make Photoshop, Lightroom, and all these other different photo editors for them, so it's a great place to start. And some phones can even shoot in RAW. Like, I found out my phone can shoot in RAW, and I nearly lost my mind the other day. What types of stuff do you like to shoot? The Galaxy S10, S20 Ultra, S10, S20 Ultra. Okay. Ah, double click. I think the white balance is okay. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm just adjusting all my base exposure settings before we start messing around with some colors. So right now I'm just seeing if there's too much of, ooh, I kind of like a little bit more magenta in there. I was in high school to become like a photographer. Yep. No, that's how you spell it. Hey, however you gotta do it. I do like how accessible things are ever since digital came out, because back in the good old days in film, it was so hard to get into. Like if we still had film, if we weren't digital, I wouldn't be doing this at all in any way, shape, or form, because the photographers I've talked to that have dealt with film, that just the lengths that you have to go to and the cost. It was so much, as expensive as we think it is right now, with, you know, $1,000 cameras, $2,000, $4,000 cameras. All our photos are stored on a little $15 to $40 SD card. They were having to spend $40 on 12 photos, if not more than that, on film and stuff. So it's a lot better now. It's a lot more accessible. Well, you let me know if you have any questions about anything I do up here, or if you have any questions in general. And if I have the information, I will give it to you. And so, like I said, Capture One here is very similar to Lightroom. So a lot of the stuff you see me doing, you should be able to do also. That happens all the time. And also, obviously you're looking at it on your phone, and probably Instagram on your phone, but if you edit on your computer and then you view that same photo on your phone, you want to make sure that your monitor is calibrated. So I don't know how in depth you plan to get into all this, but if you ever start wanting to do it maybe professionally, or semi-professionally, or an extreme hobbyist, you're going to want to calibrate your monitor so that you know whatever colors you have here that you're editing on your screen will show up more or less the same on phones. Obviously, everyone's phone or computer is slightly different, so there is a little margin of error there. But for the most part, calibration helps out a lot. And that way maybe you'll see something like that, because maybe if you were editing that on your computer and your hair looked the same and then you bring it up on Instagram and your hair is different, it could just be a color issue between the computer and the phone, because it's not calibrated. That happened to me all the time when I was first starting out, and then I almost pulled my hair out trying to figure out what's going on. All right, let's see here. So we did our white balance, we did our exposure a bit for our first run anyway. Let's pull the contrast a little bit down because we're going to add more contrast in a minute. Yeah, I actually have different profiles. I have different monitors, but I also have different profiles for when I'm editing and when I'm gaming. Because otherwise, yeah. I'll definitely mess it up. If your monitor has an sRGB setting on it, that's usually a fairly safe bet starting out. If it has that, so that it gives you somewhat of a more reasonable representation when you're actually working on digital products like this. All right, we're not going to mess with the levels or curves on this setting. So let's go ahead and create a new layer, and let's even out her skin tones a bit. So this is one of the tools in Capture One that they do not have in Lightroom. So this is probably one of the few times where Lightroom isn't going to be able to do what Capture One can. And I'm at 200%. I don't need to be at 200%. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to even out her skin tone, which her skin tone isn't that bad, but I always even it out. So we're going to do a pretty rough selection. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get rid of some of that hardness. And like I said, if you have any questions at all, feel free about anything. Photography, hardware, computer stuff. I do just about all of that. Because one thing I hate is if my computer stops working and I have to wait for someone else to fix it. Or if I need to upgrade my computer because maybe Photoshop's running slow or Lightroom's running slow, I can self-diagnose and see what's actually going on. And I learned early on it actually pays to have that kind of knowledge. So if you have any questions about any of that, shoot them my way. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just making a rough selection of her skin. And then we're going to use the color tools here within Capture One to do a skin tone blending. So this is not like a frequency separation blending or anything like that. It's actually going to use Capture One's color to actually meld the skin tones together to give a more even skin tone. Yeah, everyone does. I just saw the NVIDIA GPU release yesterday, day before yesterday, and I'm already working on saving up to purchase a new one. Oh, do you know how to build a computer? Because I just upgraded mine a little bit ago and I built it a while back. And I'm about to upgrade it again because of the new GPUs coming out. Alright, so what this is going to do, something that I've noticed, and this is especially true with women, because they wear makeup, their face skin color is usually slightly different than the rest of their bodies. And so what this step in Capture One does, it will allow us to even that out and make them more together. So all I'm doing here is I'm doing a skin selection. I'm avoiding her nails because they're red and yellow, which is your skin tone colors. Okay, yeah, it's always good having people like that. That's what all my friends do with me now, because this is my second build. So and I'm a massive researcher. Like, I don't do anything without spending like a month researching something. So if I built my computer at work, my boss let me build one for video editing. So I have quite a bit under my belt, and now I handle all the tech stuff at my office, which is both a good and a bad thing. All right, so we're just gonna keep selecting her skin here. And I honestly wish they had a tool like this in Lightroom. And wait until you see what this thing does. I'm hoping it translates well over the screen, over the stream. I don't know how well the clarity. I know it's, you know, pretty high res, but this is going to be a subtle shift when I'm done with it. Not the red mask that you see me painting right now. I just need to be able to see this mask so I know where I'm painting, because the effect is going to be so subtle. But it's going to help even out the skin tones, so it's not something I have to do in Photoshop. And I usually do this on everyone, just because, like I said, men not so much unless they have like really red faces, but women especially, just because of the makeup. So the number one telltale sign in photos that something's off is that the face skin doesn't match the rest of the body. So this step is just gonna help in these stupid shoes. They look so nice, but God, masking them is a pain, and I'm doing this very rough. Okay, good, yeah. Well, you came to the right place. If you want to know anything, or if you just want to sit back, hang out, and just watch, you know, feel free to ask any questions. It doesn't have to relate to directly what I'm doing on screen. All right. Okay. So now that we have our mask in place, what we're going to do is go into our color tools and go into the Capture One color editor. What this is going to allow me to do is to select her skin tone I like. So probably right here on her cheek is a really good section of her skin tone. And then I have these kind of dials here. So what I can do is I can adjust the hue of her skin. So more red or more yellow, which I don't need any of that. I can do less saturation, and that's weird. Or more saturation, that's even weirder. I can also brighten or darken her skin. But the real good tools are right down here in the uniformity tab. So I very rarely play with these unless there is like a grass pigment or something in her skin. And so I can adjust those. Your dad bought Nikon P1000. The P1000, what's the P1000? Now you have me curious, because I haven't heard of that camera yet. Or do you mean D1000? Nope, you meant P, the Coolpix. Yeah. Nice little starter camera right there. Alright, so we have that. So now we're going to use our uniformity sliders. And let's see. I don't know how well you can see it on screen, but see how it's yellowish here compared to here where it's red? This slider is evening those two skin colors out. And then we're going to move her skin a little bit more towards the yellow side, just to help balance it out. I don't want too much red in her skin. We are not going to lighten her skin. I may darken it a bit, but then we're also going to help uniform the shadows together. All right. So if we can look at a before and after of this. So this is the before and this is the after. And that's a little too much in the lightness department. Remove too much of that contrast. A little bit more. Okay. So basically what this did, which is really cool. This is the original photo. So some of her skin here is kind of yellow. Then she has a little bit of red right here. A little bit, you know, darker areas up here are red. And while that's not bad, I don't necessarily like it. So what this does is now her skin is a nice even tone. And it matches her face with her body. Yeah, it's a very, very subtle change. I'm glad you can actually see it. I didn't know if you'd actually be able to. It's a very, very subtle change, but it makes a world of difference when you're working on it. Especially if you're like entering competitions and stuff, or you have a very good eye for color. Okay, yeah. You can definitely see it with the before and after. So it just gives us a nice cleaner palette to work with. And it now makes sure the color of her legs match the color of her arms, which is the color of her chest, neck, and face. And this helps out a lot because now it looks like one congruent image. It doesn't look like there's lighting issues or anything like that. Like I have a friend of mine, she came to a shoot one day and she accidentally put the wrong makeup on. So her face was about 2 times brighter than the rest of her body. And with the photos, it just looked odd. It just looked off. And then she thought her photos were going to come out like complete garbage. I did this one little step to it. When I sent her the photos, she thought I spent hours fixing the color of her face and body. She was so happy. All right. So we're done with the skin tones. Let's play around with her eyes a little bit. So I'm going to focus a little bit more today in Capture One. And then for some basic skin cleanup, we may go into Photoshop. But we'll see. I just haven't played around in Capture One as much as I probably should have. All right, we're going to zoom really in on the eyes. And I know it's a bit blurry here because the picture's so far away. But we are going to ignore that blurriness. The highlight is a bit brighter in stock photo, and when you added it, it's like not bright as much. Oh, this isn't a stock photo. This is a photo that I actually took. It's not a stock photo. This is one of mine. But yeah, so the reason for that, the shine right here, is because I did a uniformity on the lightness. So it's unifying the darkest part of the skin and the brightest part of the skin and kind of compressing it a little bit so it's not so bright or so dark. So yeah, so like if I turn this all the way up, so that's with none of that, and this is at 100%, which this is way too much, but that's what it's doing. It's unifying so it's more even. And so what this allows me to do is tone down some of those highlights, but keep everything kind of consistent. And this is why I use Capture One. Lightroom can't do this yet. And it's very unfortunate because Lightroom is a very powerful tool, but its color controls, just don't work well. Don't work well. They just don't stack up against Capture One. I mean, I said like before the skin change. Oh, yeah. All right, so now with the eyes, we're just going to paint into this iris. Oops, let's not do that. I need to see the mask. We'll just paint there and we'll paint there. And then we're actually going to remove the mask when I'm done doing the changes I need to do to it. But let's up the shadows. We're gonna pop that clarity a bit. Let's see. Are there any highlights there? We'll pop those out. I think there's more whites in there. She has really dark eyes. Okay. All right, so I think, you know, I think we'll just leave that. That actually popped pretty well for me. Look at that, first try. I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything at this level. Yeah, you can kind of see that little bit of shine popping right into those eyes. I wish this would zoom back in where I wanted it to. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we'll do another layer on top of that. We'll call this eyes 2. And we're just going to pop the exposure up on this one. And then I'm going to change my flow very low. And then we'll zoom in. And then wherever the catch lights are, I'm going to paint there. Oh, that is way too strong. Let's not do 4. Let's drop it down. And then opposite of where that catch light is, we're going to put a little highlight. Because wherever opposite of the catch light is where the light will hit the eyes. Then we'll zoom out. And that's way too strong. So I can either tone down my exposure here, or I can tone down my layer opacity. Which we're going to do the layer opacity. And about right there is good. Alright. So we've just brought a little bit more life into her eyes. So the next step, let's see, do I need to clean anything up? She doesn't really have too many blemishes and stuff that I really need to worry about. I may fix this skin mark on her here. But I'm definitely leaving that because that is part of her. There's some little things here and here. But, I mean, from this distance, you can't really see them. That looks like a camera glitch. And that's the only reason I would get rid of that. Is because it does look like a camera glitch. Came out with the edit. Well, that's good. When I first started shooting, I hated my photos. They just didn't come out the way I wanted. But that's really good. And the iPhone 11 has a really good camera on it. I'm not a huge Apple person, but the iPhone 11 has a really good camera on it. Coffee. Oh, man, I'm gonna be up all night. I just drank that whole coffee. Alright, so we got our eyes, we got our skin tone. Let's do a clone layer. And we're gonna do nope, that's not what I need to do. Remove that. I need a new clone layer. Nope, not clone. Heal layer, my bad. Alright, so what this should do, I should just be able to brush. Nope. Heal layer. Nope. Okay, how does this work? Why can't I figure this out? Draw healing mask. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so this functions just like Lightroom's little clone thingy. And we can come in here and clean up some of her clothing. Which, this is probably just lint. The one thing about camera sensors, they pick up everything. Well, thank you. Yeah, I pick up a bunch of stuff on Instagram, so as soon as I see that come through... Oh, what? Wait, I think it came through. Alright, we'll follow you right back. Alright. Yeah, I just started doing this kind of stuff not too long ago, but I'm gonna start posting more and more stuff on my Instagram as I get more stuff done and when I'm out at live shoots, I'm going to start trying to live stream some stuff with the models that are okay with it. So the streaming stuff, you know, is kind of new to me, but I figured, you know, I enjoy doing this, so I might as well, you know, see if other people enjoy it. And oh yeah, no problem. All right, let's see here. Hey, I'm all for a photography community that helps each other out. I do not like the photographers that think that they are hot shit and don't want to help people out because they think it's giving away trade secrets. I'm not liking this so much. I may have to do this part in Photoshop. Let's see, let's go back. Let's see if I can do this a little bit at a time. Maybe that helps. Yeah, this was like a 3-hour shoot. And so we were shooting outside and I had her barefoot outside and I guess we just didn't get all the dirt off. She was a trooper though. I mean, a 3-hour shoot. Let's see. Nope, I can't do that there. Let's delete that. Let's lower the hardness a bit. See if that helps that. Yeah, that does a little bit more there. Okay. Yeah. And I'm probably going to have to go into Photoshop and clean this up. The tools here are very rudimentary, but then again, you're only going to see it from this distance. So like the black stuff there you can see, but now that it's kind of gone, you can't see it anymore. And then we're also going to clean up right here. This healing tool is not that bad. I was a little bit worried because I usually do this step in Photoshop, but I'm wanting to play around with the color, which we're going to do here in just a second. Because I was looking at some tutorials today and the color tools here in Capture One are phenomenal. So we're just going to play around with them a little bit. And then if they don't work, we'll bring this into Photoshop. All right. And then let's do, okay, so our healing layer's good. Let's adjust her hair a little bit. So we'll zoom up into her hair. I have to figure out my zoom shortcut. I haven't figured that out yet. So let's just do a nice quick mask over her hair. Let's look at the mask. And I will have to, I'm going to apply a Luma. So I don't have to be so careful with this because she does have dark hair. So I know, and this is going to be kind of crazy and I hope it works. I should have tested it before I start talking, huh? But we'll see. So what I should be able to do now is do a Luma range. So I should be able to come in here and say I want it out of the highlights. And only in the darker areas of the hair. Just kind of like that. And we'll soften that, bring in a little bit more. Okay. That actually worked fairly well. Oh, yeah, I know. And I have to keep reminding myself of that no one is going to view these photos as close as I will view them. Because I'll spend all day doing crap in here that I don't really need to. All right, let's see if I pop the clarity. Pop the brightness. So all I'm trying to do here is lighten her hair up a bit, so we can kind of see the texture a bit more. And then we'll drop that down just to bring it out a little bit. Not a whole lot. So a lot of what I do is subtle. I'm not trying to be super extravagant. I'm just trying to give it that little extra. Oh, hey, Simpson. Okay, so that red mask that you saw, I'm wanting to bring out some of the detail in her hair. And so what I did was I painted and then I applied a luma range to it. So now I can just affect the area of her hair that I wanted to affect. So I'm not touching necessarily the dark parts of her hair, but I'm affecting the brighter parts of her hair and bringing it out a little bit more so that from a distance, it's not so dark. I'm just trying to add a little bit of texture to the hair so it doesn't crush on me. Yeah, well, this is in Capture One. I do know Lightroom does have a Luma thing in it now, so you could actually do what I just did with the hair in Lightroom. So yeah, I usually end up doing that step in Photoshop using a curves layer, but I'm trying to do a little bit more in Capture One tonight, just because I need to spend a little bit more time in this program, because we're about to play with color, and from what I understand, Capture One has an amazing color processor. yeah, zooming in at 500%, pixel peeping. And then when you look at the photo fully, you're like, what the hell did I do to it? That's actually the biggest problem. If you work too closely into the image, like if I were to zoom in and just, like, let's say I went through and I cleaned all this skin up, just started cleaning it super close, super whatever, and then I zoom out, all of a sudden her face is flat because I got rid of everything because I was too scaled in. And I've always had that problem. So it's just been within the past couple of months that I've actually started working at 100% or less when I'm actually doing stuff. Now, if I have to do like an intricate line or something like that, yeah, I'll do a full zoom in. But other than that, I'm working either in this view, or if I'm super zoomed in Photoshop, I'll have another window open that's zoomed out more so I can actually see what I'm affecting. All right. So I wonder if this is going to work today, because it was not working. See, it's not working. Yeah, that's what professional retouchers do. A professional retoucher will spend 4 or 5 hours, if not longer, zoomed in at whatever percentage, fixing each and every individual pixel. I don't have that kind of time or patience or time. So yeah, coloring in like that. All right, how can I do the before and after in here? It used to be all, oops. It used to be alt and holding down reset, but it's not working. Yeah, spot healing brush can work very well. All right, let's do this. Let's just take this and do a new variant. That way we can see the before and after. So obviously it's not going to have the crop. Let me see if I can. Let's copy and apply. Oh, sure, it's not going to apply the crop. That's just stupid. Let's see. If I want to copy the crop, how do I do that? Is it over here? Program's a little new for me. So we're all learning together. If I want to copy this, you know what? We'll just do a clone variant. We'll delete that. And then I'll just turn all these things off. And then I'll just reset everything in here, just so we have a starting point to look at. So this was the original after I cropped it to vertical because the horizontal just had nothing going for it. So this is the before so far, and this is the after. So we didn't do too much. We lightened the image a little bit, pulled up some of the shadows. I evened out her skin tone a bit. I enhanced her eyes. I was gonna mess around with her lipstick, but I kind of like it. I don't think it, excuse me, really needs anything. It's an hour and a half, only because I got unlucky with the photo shoot and I didn't see the sun. Oh no. Oh man, yeah, the sun will kill ya. Sun will kill ya. My edits usually last anywhere from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, depending on what I'm editing for. So if I'm editing for a competition, my photos will easily go 4 or 5 hours, depending on what I have to do to it. Like this photo here, we're about to enter color mode, and we'll probably edit that for a little bit. Number of hours. All right, so let's go into our color. So I want to keep this so we have a couple of different stages to look at. So I'm going to create another clone variant. Let's push that one there. All right, so now we'll start doing some coloring. Now in Capture One, I use layers for everything just so I can always go back or reduce the amount. So what we are going to do here is, do I have some presets installed? I do. Let's just see what a couple of presets look like. I love presets. Control just Lightroom, Photoshop, maybe a curve, then some LUTs and actions to frame an expert. Yep. Yep. That's why I like these things. These presets. They're more or less like LUTs for Capture One. None of those stuck out to me. I am kind of liking, it's adding a bit of contrast, which I can do myself. It's not changing much of anything else there. Now Breeze looks fairly nice. It looks like it's adding some color to the shadow. Heat wave, no, 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 no. I have too many of these things. Now that's pretty cool looking. You know what, let's actually just check the color tools first, and then we'll go and adjust things. So we're gonna fill this mask, and let's just call this color 01 in case we do a couple of levels of color. Oh yeah, no, I haven't. I just got back into editing a couple of weeks ago when I started streaming. Because I couldn't shoot anything. I haven't shot anything new since last year, and I was supposed to have a shoot on Sunday, and I had to cancel it because it was raining here, and we can't. And I'm not gonna shoot indoors right now because of COVID. But so we're trying again this weekend because obviously we're shooting outside, and I live in Florida, and it rains every day right now. Birds or cars, bikes, far away things. Yeah. Hey, sometimes you got to shoot what you can shoot. I mean, I'm just so busy with work and stuff that going out and shooting is a rarity for me. So I usually make sure I have a model with me or something. All right, let's see here. So let's go into color balance. Let's lower the color editor. Oh, what just happened? Black and white, normalize. Where did my color balance go? Color balance. Something just went wonky in this program, and we're going to find out what. All right, so I can pull that out. Let's pull you out. Pull you out. Pull you out. Something. Okay. That was weird. Okay. Actually, let's pull this out and make this a bit bigger. It'll be easier to work with. Now, because I'm a video editor, I love these color wheels. Oh, and this is also another thing I love about Capture One. Look at this. I can move these panels wherever I want. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Adobe. Photoshop is my jam, but I mean, some of the tools in here are just 200 to 600. Holy crap. That's a long lens. Oh yeah, textures. Yeah. Oh, you mean to smooth out the skin? Yeah, that was a big thing when Lightroom first did it. Came out with that texture editor. I like it like for legs and arms, but not on the face. All right, let's see. So in the shadows, let's try... Do I want to try orange and teal? Should I try orange and teal? Or what color scheme should I try for this? Give me 3 colors. Highlight, midtone, shadow. I need to think of some color. Ooh, do I have my color folder somewhere? Red, white, and blue? Alright, let's try that. So let's see. If we're going to do the highlights in red, let's add some red into the highlights. Okay. I don't know how well white's gonna work. I mean, we're kind of already at white in the midtones already. Oh no, we're going. Let's see, and then blue into the shadows. So we'll add some blue. We can darken that down a bit. Add a little bit more red into the highlights. So let's see before and after. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then if we lower the opacity a bit, that's really not too bad, guys. Look at that. Hey, sometimes it's the weirdest things that work, right? All right, so let's leave that there because that's actually not bad at all. I'm not even lying. Let's add a new layer. We'll call this Color 02 so we can try a couple of different options here. Now, one thing I do like to do is pull up. I have a color thing somewhere. I'm trying to remember where I put it because I've been reorganizing my Dropbox folders. And so now all my color palettes and stuff are all over the place. So let's see. Color palettes. Oh, those are photography color palettes. Yeah, it did. So let's leave that. Oh, there was one color palette I wanted to try. So I don't know if you guys know who Piximperfect is on YouTube, but he did this one color thing where he did teal shadows. So let's run into the teal. I think about right there is good. I don't want it that saturated, but we'll do teal in the shadows. And then he did like a yellow in the highlights. No, I'm not digging that on this photo. So let's reset that. Let's see here. Let's try, you know what? Because she's in a purple dress already, let's see what happens if we add a little bit of purple into the shadows. And then obviously we bring the shadows down a little bit. Brightness wise, the midtones we can add. Let's see, we'll just run this around at 100%. Let's even that out real quick. Let's see the highlights. A little pop of yellow in the highlights may not be a bad thing. Or maybe a little pop of green. Let's see. Obviously, we don't want it that saturated. I really love these color wheels. And then we'll brighten just a bit. And then the midtones we'll choose something a little bit. Yeah, 2 hours. Oh man. I stayed up 24 hours about 2 weekends ago, and on Sunday I was just like hallucinating and crying. It's ridiculous what no sleep will do to you. All right, let's see here. Let's see what a little bit of orange. Let's see, midtones. Maybe a little bit more purple. And obviously I'm going to tone this down a bit more. That's actually not too bad. Going back to that red. Maybe a bit more orangey. Okay. So then if we lower it. This isn't too bad either. Maybe just do it a little bit lightly. Let's try about 35%. Now let's see what happens if we add them both. So this was the red, white, and blue. I don't think both of these together will look. Well, I may be wrong. Stayed at 40 hours while gaming. I was seeing enemies there that weren't there. What game? Because I do some gaming myself. Alright, so we have that, which adds a nice little pop to this. I'm not hating this, guys. I am not hating this at all. And then let's do something called general adjustments. No, actually, let's call this secret sauce and see if this works. This was something I saw someone else do, and I want to see how well it works. So let's fill the mask, and then we take our shadows all the way up, our highlights all the way down. Currently making Warzone, Call of Duty. All right, we may need to connect on there. How good are you? Because I'm pretty shit. Yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty quite a bit. I usually stick to the multiplayer right now because I'm trying to level my guns up. I've only been playing for about 2 months now. Maybe a little bit longer than that. But then I also like to play Overwatch. And then I was playing Lord of War for a little bit. I mean Shadows of War, Lord of War. And then I'll be playing WoW again once Shadowlands comes out. I have Fall Guys, which that game is ridiculous. 10 plus kills. All right, you're in the same boat as me. We should link up so we can be terrible together. No, 10 plus kills in Warzone is really good. Really good. I usually average between 5 to 10 on a good day. I haven't won one yet though, because I tend to choke towards the end. I either get caught in the stupid gas or something like that. But I attribute that to me playing multiplayer more than playing Warzone. Alright, so we did the secret sauce layer, and then we're just going to lower the opacity. Got the last camo with the green. Took me 5 days to play. That's awesome. I am having so many problems right now unlocking the Bruin. And what's the new one? I have problems trying to unlock the guns because they want you to do certain things. You have to do certain things to unlock them. And I don't like to have to use the weapons that they want you to use. Oh yeah, you're much better than me. You are a lot better than me. But if you want me to handicap you. All right, this isn't working like it was previously. So let's see. I think I need to add some blacks to it. The whites are okay. All right, so what this should do is just add a little bit of detail back into the image that we may have lost. And yeah, it actually is. That's pretty good, about 20%. The Brune got nerfed. It's not as good as it anymore. Oh, okay. Then I guess I won't worry about unlocking it. Or eventually it may unlock for me. The whole smoke thing though is just so stupid. Kill people next to smoke. Alright, so we brought back some of that detail, which is good. Alright, so if we go before color, after color. It's subtle, but I'm really liking this. I'm wondering if we even need to bring it into Photoshop, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I play for fun. So, I find, I mean, granted, I do get tilted. It does happen. I got really tilted at multiplayer the other day, because someone was blatantly cheating. Like it was ridiculous. But when I'm having to use guns that I'm not comfortable with, I get tilted pretty easily. Yeah, I guess that is true because there's smoke all over that map, isn't there? And I can use the Holger almost like an SMG, so maybe I'll have to do that. Alright, what else? I don't think I need to do anything else to this image, really. I think this is a good... we're about to add a vignette. But I think overall this is a pretty good... solid edit, especially for me not doing any real skin retouching. So this is where we started. This was after exposure adjustments, and this is where we're at now. Now I may tone down that coloring, the secret, a little bit. It's just a little too bright. All right, let's see. Let's run a vignette now. Pop smoke with terminal and you are good with it. Terminal, 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 terminal. Why am I blanking at what map terminal is? Or why am I blanking what terminal is at all? Let's see, where's my tools? Where's my radio filter? Alright, so let's do this like that. That. Change our size. And then, oops, I want my exposure settings. We'll bring down. Ooh, no, bad. What did you do, computer? Why did this not do what I wanted it to do? Oh. Do. Vignette. Alright. We want this to kind of trail her body. And we can feather it. Yes, nice feather. I like nice soft feathers. We'll bring the background down a little bit more. Let's it's a bit bigger. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, just bringing the eye right into her. Boom. I think it may be a little too strong. Yeah, about right there is good. Oh, thermal scope. Yep. Well, I thought there was a map called Terminal because I know there's like an airport and stuff. So I thought, but yeah, thermal scope. All right. So original, exposure, color. I think we're pretty good. We're going to do some quick dodge and burn. So let's turn this vignette off. Call this dodge. And then we'll call this one burn. And in dodge, we'll move our exposure up 1. And our burn, we'll move it down -1. All right, so now all I'm gonna do, using the brush, 10. Yeah, 10 should be all right. Terminal was in Call of Duty 4. Oh. Could be. I never played number 4. I own number 4, but I never played it. All right, so let's dodge here. Let's do a bit of a dodge here. Here. Let's pop her clavicle a bit more. So we are going to zoom in a little bit here. Ooh, definitely the shine on her lip right there. Clavicle. It's weird doing this in Capture One because, again, I usually do this stuff in Photoshop. Let's dodge that. And then I definitely want to follow this highlight down her leg. Just like that. We don't have to do... I think I'm going to start because I really do like it. Okay, we're going to fix this part of her dress here in just a second now that I'm noticing that. So let's go into another adjustment layer. And dress fix. Let's just pop that shadow all the way up and see if we can't bring this back a little bit. And this is why I work in raw files. Because in a JPEG, none of that information would have been there. And then we'll just do just like that. And then I can come into my dodge. Add a highlight there. Oops, that's way too strong. Let's knock this down from 10 to like 5. Oops, let's not move that. Detrimental to my photo. And then we'll dodge a little bit in the hair again just to bring out. All right, so oop, I'm on the dress fix, aren't I? All right, let's go back to there. Dodge. Okay. That's good there. Now we can go into the hair a bit. Okay. So the dodge is doing that right now, which is really nice. I'm really liking it. And we are going to tone it down. It's a little too strong, but we are going to tone it down here in a bit. And then let's burn some areas. And again, normally I do this in Photoshop. I'm just playing around right now in Capture One. So the next photo, we're going to do more my normal workflow. All right, so we'll darken that a bit. I don't want to darken too much in there, but let's darken the inside of this arm here to give it kind of a 3D look. We'll darken her leg a bit more, and my Alexa's going off for some reason. And then we will darken this part of her leg here, so that it kind of recedes a little bit. Okay. And then we will come into her face a bit. And I think this side of her face is already pretty dark, but we may accentuate that just a hair. Her neckline right here, either side of the clavicle here. Fix that a little bit. All right. So this is the burn. Just adding a little bit of dimension, and then we'll pull this down About 70%. And then the dodge, maybe about 50%. And then we'll throw the vignette back on. I think that's good. I think we're golden with this image. Wow, an entire image in Capture One. Who knew I could do it? I sure didn't. I was going to take this thing into Photoshop. But I think this looks pretty good. Only took me an hour and 45 minutes because of all the talking. But hey, that's what this is for, right? I didn't even realize that much time passed, to be perfectly honest. Alright, let's work on another photo. We have a little bit of time, I think. Well, I have time. I know it's 2 a.m. for you. I don't know if Simpson is still here, but I'll let you guys, if you want, choose the next photo that we edit. So I am really happy with how this came out. Holy crap. Okay. No, I'll be sleeping by then because I have to work in the morning myself. But I'm gonna try. I won't be able to stream tomorrow. If I can't stream Friday, I'll probably be streaming Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying to get my schedule for it down. Right now, it's every Wednesday. But I want to try and do at least 2 days a week. So if it doesn't happen this week, next week I may go to like a Tuesday, Wednesday schedule. Because I have to do it after work. So, but yeah. No, you've got me on follow now. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I definitely post on Twitter when I go live. So the Twitter link is in the profile thingy down or in the panels below. You can click on that and get to my Twitter and or the Facebook. I post on there when I go live. And my schedule will be here on Twitch. So you can always come here to find the actual schedule. Trying to make it as easy as possible. Can I not make this layers palette bigger? Oh, that does kind of stink. No, I should be able to. Oh, just not here? Oh, yeah, there. Huh. Odd. I really need to do a tutorial on Capture One. You have a good night, Professor. Yes. I need to find a way. Let me, while you're here, I can send you my call handle through your, I think I can direct message you through Twitch, through a whisper. Yeah, I know, don't show password. Let's see if I can pull my Activision name. Account. Nope, that's not it. callofduty.com. Oh yeah, did you watch the CDL? And if so, what do you think about the team that won? Oop. Okay, I just whispered you my Activision handle. All right, perfect. Well, you have a good night. Try and get more than 5 hours of sleep this time. Do. I was watching it while I was playing, which is probably why I was playing kind of shitty that day, but I was literally watching it while I was playing. What does this do? Oh. Move tool to pinned area. Move tool. Why can I not adjust the size of this box now? Well, if you use an alarm, do you just naturally wake up or does your alarm do it? Because if it's your alarm, just, you know, set that thing up properly. I'm going to have to look at what capture. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. Wow, that was a lot of layers used in here. And actually, now that I'm looking, we're going to tone this layer down a bit more. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I wonder how a layer like this would look. Where's all my tools? They're over here, aren't they? Let's see if I come in from this direction. I'm just playing now. Nope, not color editor, color balance. No. Can I not do an adjustment layer with color? Oh yeah, I would probably just have to play with this stuff. Let's see if I wanted an orange light coming in. Naturally, I'm gonna sleep at like midnight. I'm up at like 5:30. And if I go after 2 a.m., I wake up like 7. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay, so I need to see how to do special effects in Capture One. Photoshop does it so much better, but we'll play around with that later. Well, thank you for joining. I don't want to keep you up too much later asking questions, so obviously we're connected now, so definitely add me on Call of Duty, and I know I'll be playing that in the next couple of days, so if you see me on, just, you know, party up or whatever. I'm always game. Okay. And also, if you ever have any photography questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. You know, if something pops into your brain or something like that, feel free. I'm an open book, or at least try to be. All right. But I am going to pop into the restroom real quick, and then I'm going to choose another photo to edit. So you have a wonderful night. Get some sleep, and I will hopefully see you in Call of Duty later. My headphones are wireless. I have no idea why I took them off. Ooh, is my hair okay? Oh yeah, okay. Alright, let's at least start another photo. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it tonight, but we can at least get the raw edits done on a couple of these. You know what? I do kind of like these as a series. We got Wild Woman over here. This shot I just really like. I need to think about what I want to do to it. I do know I want to like brighten this. I probably want to do a sky replacement. These are going to be fun because I'm going to change those flowers. But I think we will do that another night. I really want to play Call of Duty now. Holy crap. Talking about it. Now I want to go play it. Alright. So let's export this into Photoshop real quick. Just to see if there's something I want to do to it. In Photoshop. I don't think there is, but we'll try real quick. Actually, there is something I want to try. We're gonna see how well it works because there's a new plugin I have that might do something really cool. All right, let's see how this works. So generate. It should just put a glow on. Oh boy, there's stuff to do now. I should have probably watched it. Oh, look at that. So it's finding the highlights of the image. And that's exactly what I wanted it to do. All right, let's just activate. This is going to be cool to play with. Name the element. Okay, let's call this, I don't know, glow. What it is, it's a glow. Okay, so it puts it on its own layer. I can invert that because I really don't want it everywhere. And then we're just going to come in here and white flow of about 20%. Brush it onto the highlights of the shoes. I just want to accentuate them a little bit. They're not a focal point, but could be a cool effect. And then we will tone it down a bit. Yeah. Just something to play with. And then let's see. Let's go to gradients. I want a foreground color but I want to choose like a skin tone about right there maybe. And then we'll go into what? No, I want it on a new new layer. I was working in Capture One too much. Screen, soft light. Let's try screen. And then what I do is I'll mask. And then I'll use... I don't know if I like this. We'll see. We're going to use a... mixer. Dandelion, no. Oil. Is there like a smoke or charcoal? Acid slash, let's see here. So what I'm going to use this for is, we'll see how this looks. I'm going to paint off of certain areas, and because I'm using a texture type brush, it should give me an interesting pattern. Flimsy bit, maybe that's more my jam. Okay. Just kind of brightening that side up just a hair. And then let's add one more. We'll do an even lighter color. And I think it's my Jabu brushes. This guy does really good work. But he should have a flare brush. Nope. Light rays. Is it this one? Light beam, light beam. I think it's that. Yeah. So we'll do like a light ray effect. Throw that into screen. Really subtle. I don't know. That might be too much. Yep, definitely too much. Let's get rid of all that. I'm gonna leave the shine in the shoes because I do like that. Maybe a little bit more. And then we are gonna do something that I forgot to fix because totally forgot it was there. I've got to go in and change all my hotkeys now. I just redid my Photoshop toolbar the other day, and now I forgot that I need to go in and adjust it. So we'll use our healing brush, clean up the floor a little bit more. We'll use our clone stamp. That's not my clone stamp because, oh yes it is. Then J will go back to my healing brush. Make sure there's no repeating patterns. Okay. And I think that's it. So then we will mode, let's flatten, mode 8-bit, edit, convert to profile. I probably should have converted it before that, but oh well. And then we'll save this into my JPEG folder. So JPEG, boom. Give it that 10, doesn't need to be a, and then we'll do a thumb save with a height of 2048 because I think that's like the Facebook size or some crap like that. Am I putting it after edit? Yep. Thumb. All right, that way I have it for my video and stuff. Okay, so that's it. I think we're pretty good for tonight. Just to show you what we did. We did everything in Capture One tonight because I really wanted to play around with Capture One, and I figured I have quite a bit I need to learn about it. So this was our original image. after I cropped it. It was normally a horizontal. And then this was after some exposure adjustments. And then this was after some color balancing. And then I just took it into Photoshop and did a little work here and took out that foot. All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. If you want to know when I go live next, you can follow me down on Facebook and Twitter. Those are the two places. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I'll be posting more photography stuff and probably some behind the scenes stuff as I go out and start doing shoots again. But other than that, I'm going to try and stream again this week. If I don't, I'm definitely going to do Tuesday and Wednesday next week. And you can always find my schedule down below. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all later.